Hey everyone! Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I have a couple flip throughs to show you of two journals that I've made recently, and I haven't been on here in a while doing any videos because I haven't made any journals in a while. I've been working really hard on my Etsy shop and having fun filling that up with fabric and bundles and things like that. So I did finally, I missed making journals, so I sat down and I started these actually a while back. But I have finally finished them, and these will be going in my Etsy shop later this evening. So today I just wanted to show them to you. They're very similar, and they do have different botanicals in them, different prints. The covers are slightly different, but they're made very similar. And I'll do a quick flip through of both of them so you can see the differences in case you're interested in them. They are made from a vintage record tab divider. So this one is number 28, and I have covered it with some vintage grid paper and this piece of really pretty vintage quilt. So on the back this one has stripes, and there's an embroidered piece right here, and then I have done stitching around. So you can see the grid paper at the top edge. I've left it very rustic, and then I've stitched through with this beautiful magenta kind of colored, plumish colored thread. That I actually got from the linen garden, I believe. And this is a piece of silk that's tied. It's kind of fragile, so just be careful when you're tying with it. Don't pull too hard. So when you open it up, it's lined with this beautiful floral fabric. I didn't put any pockets on the inside because I just wanted to let the fabric shine. So it starts off with a vintage botanical, and I've stitched a label there. So you could name your journal, you could journal on that, whatever you'd like to do. And then on the back, the stitching also creates a journaling spot, which I love. But you can also journal all around these botanicals. And I do have a lot of botanical images in here, a lot of journaling space, and a lot of stitching and pretty touches. So this is a bag that forms a page. And on the bag, I have just clipped two vintage playing cards. And inside the bag, there is a tag with a beautiful piece of vintage wallpaper stitched to that. So this vintage ledger paper, well, it's kind of like grid paper. And then this floral, it's a very pastel, soft floral bag. It's stitched there. And this is an embroidered piece that I've stitched onto some tea-stained grid paper. This is a vintage map that I've hinged with some beautiful floral fabric and some grid paper. Another vintage botanical that I formed into a pocket, and in the pocket is a botanical postcard. So this one says May, and it's actually a file folder. So I took this file folder and I made a miniature booklet inside the journal. So this one has some tea-stained pages, botanical wallpaper, and some vintage dictionary pages. So that's its own little booklet. And then we have a floral, the rest of the floral bag. And here I've taken some wallpaper and added it to this envelope. And this is some vintage paper. It's an employee record paper. And inside the pocket, I have just made a little wallpaper sampler with some tea-stained vellum. And so inside you have 4 scraps of beautiful wallpapers that you can use in your journal. And so here, some more book pages and vintage kindergarten ledger page, some avocado dyed paper. This flips out, and there's a beautiful space for journaling. Lots of decorative stitching. Here's the center of the signature. These are about, I believe, 66 pages. All the details will be in my Etsy shop. Love this vintage wallpaper with some pretty eyelet lace. And over here is the kindergarten page that opens up, and I have placed another piece of wallpaper for you to decorate your journal with. So vintage pages. Here's a beautiful piece of eyelet fabric, and inside this I have just placed some vintage papers for you to collage with or cover up a page, whatever you'd like to do. Beautiful botanical. And then here I've used one of my collage little chunks, snippet chunks or pieces, whatever you want to call it, and you can still journal beside that. The back of the map with the fabric hinge, and some decorative stitching, and the botanical with this beautiful ribbon. It has like a velour type velvety piece down the center. And there's the back. So that's that one. See if I can quickly flip through number 2 because it is, like I said, very similar layout. Honestly, I wanted to keep them both. So I'm going to put them in my Etsy shop quickly so that I don't hold on to them. So again, the same little playing cards, and then the vintage wallpaper on the tag is in there. And this one has a little pocket here, so that buries there with a few pages in here. And here's the pocket made from the file folder, and this one has this postcard in it. And here's the little booklet. So this makes its own little booklet inside, and this one has some pieces of wallpaper scattered throughout. Lots of journaling space, and again, there is a little booklet. This one has a different top on it, and it has 4 wallpapers for you. Well, I'll put that back later to save time. For you to use, you can tear those off and use them in your journal. This one has a collage snippet down here. Lots of journaling space. I love how this just plays off the map and the flippy fabric hinge sticking out. Botanicals, stitching, center of the signature. That's very old school paper. Lots of florals because I have to put those in my journals. Again, the avocado dyed paper with this beautiful wallpaper and that eyelet lace. And the kindergarten book page. This one opens up and there's the wallpaper inside. And the back of that botanical. And here's the embroidered piece that's stitched onto this little one. And this little writing page here, or you could put photos, anything. And again, that beautiful ribbon that just sticks out so pretty when you close the journal. So here are the journals, and I will have those, it'll take me a little time to upload these, but I will have these in my Etsy shop later this afternoon, hopefully by 4 o'clock, maybe around 4. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.